Hi, this is Riley Stairs, and today I'm presenting my poem, which is called I Am the Reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth I, and It's Not My Fault, to you. And I'm going to have Microsoft Zero read it. She is a robot lady, and she reads things so great that I just can't compete with her. Anyway, she's clear, she's consistent, she's loud. I'm going to throw a picture of Queen Elizabeth I up in the background of the poem. I do not believe that I am, for the record, the reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth I. It is just a poem, but I find her interesting as a historical personage. Because she had to be very clever in order to stay alive and in power, and to make decisions that were the lesser most of the time of two evils. And she was born into an inherently, in my opinion, problematic power structure in which people were subjugated, and it turned into the system of England turned into a very problematic colonial system in which I wish people had thought about equality and had not failed to see the humanity of the people that they were subjugating. Anyway, even though I believe that power structure is problematic, it is interesting to look at history, and it's interesting to see what people do in tricky situations, and I think Queen Elizabeth is an interesting study for anybody who's an amateur historian. Anyway, here's the poem. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.
How I'm the reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth I of England. And it's not my fault. An October 10, 2019 poem by Riley Stairs. The one they speak into the gazing eyes, and without flinching. Everything is being patiently funneled into my restless and intellectual attention. The lighting of a purple candle by the cleric is an act of purpular dharma. Purple belonging to the invisible world, with indigo, infrared, violet, and ultraviolet. Colors that are more like energetic concepts like democracy or kingship, religion with language, patriotism for a nation in concept, the bouquet given after the passionate act and sometimes arranged presciently before it at dinner amongst the game-carving knives. For a monarch who isn't a shaky prospect? If you don't have love, maybe you have an army. If your own children won't fight, maybe there are mercenaries from far away. England's children and France's children and all of Europe's children are growing up fast. It's a test of the captor and captive. The Maiden Queen says, if I place obstacles in your path, it's because I love you. I want to convince you to stay on this earth with me. Elizabeth I, dodge your obstacles. And then respond with Tudor fire and Elizabethan caution and restraint. Say to your people, it's in my interest to bring you with me and make you a deputy to my world. Will you only disappear without me? How many are there of you who have nothing to do but to die or live for me? Am I so unique in the world? Say, I see something in myself, and I've never needed to seek that thing. I have a head start on most people. I have a mind that sees it all. I've had so much practice waiting to get to the place I'm at. I will co-opt you into my objectives because that's an inevitable function of my presence. And when I think about what's burning in my burning desires, I do have some of those. The inward burning of a nun. How do I burn outwardly now? No. I burn inwardly like a nun or a scribe. I send off replies to messages in the morning when I'm straight-backed and serene Buddhish. In my daily crossed forehead, abdomen, shoulders, private chapel when I don't know it but I'm a Buddha. Hearing wooden cricket instruments and tunnels of olive green. Musical daybreak water atmospheres dark green glass. I use the wax seal on the paper lit up with beams of the sun when presenting edicts for my people. And then I use it 3 times for myself. Once to separate me from the past. Once to say no in the present. And once to ensure the right to my future. And those 3, that's not too much to ask. My survival only. The survival of your beautiful monarch who has made herself up out of whatever she had. In my personal chapel I light a white candle the way that monarchs pray for their people, in the heart that has the mistaken wish to pray and to reassure and to hold myself responsible for things I can't do anything about. Now I burn with some kind of god and feel the god. And I burn with the goddess Astrea and the force of my power in the body. The spirit of some old god and the goddess of my birth descends upon my hometown and imperial home and homeland. Daughter of it all, an exception and encompassing every other being with me, those who stay in my sphere are part of my purpose. I believe in the goals of those who came before me and my grandmother crone and the spirit of mystery and the presences around us who can be called upon. And the things in this world that can be called upon and believed and accepted. Now I feel the fiery ghost that descends upon us in the light of the candle true and real, the air does standing up with the sounding of the energy of the emphatic presence. I'll make a point to use this gift of knowledge and old recognition that I've seen and been taught so painstakingly collected like old bangles and jewelry with the telemetric emotional and atmospheric stamp of history. Showing to whom and to what I belong. This is only the continuation of an old story using the raw materials of my body, my guts, my nerves, and internal organs. The career of history bends upward for moments of openness to my heart and tightens up and descends through the healthy expression of my anger. My own history is this place's history and all of you witnesses.